You study English every day. You know the words. You understand the grammar. But the moment a real person starts speaking, everything suddenly becomes unclear. You freeze. Your brain goes blank. Sound familiar?
Hailey, that exact feeling used to happen to me almost every single day. I once listened to a short conversation and understood almost nothing, even though I knew all the individual words.
That painful gap between book English and real English stops so many learners from improving. But today, we fix that.
Welcome to Everyday English. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Hailey. We're so happy you're here with us today.
If this episode helps you understand real English better, please like this video and subscribe to Everyday English. It really helps us reach more learners just like you.
Okay, Ryan. Today, we're talking about the listening skills you actually need. Not boring exercises. Real listening that works in daily life. Let's go. Now, I know exactly what some of you are thinking right now. I've been practicing for months, but I still can't understand native speakers. Maybe I'm just not good at listening.
Hailey, I used to think the exact same thing. I felt slow, frustrated, and sometimes even embarrassed when I couldn't follow a simple conversation.
And that feeling is completely normal, Ryan. Almost every English learner goes through this stage. Let me slow down here for a second and say something honest. If real English still feels too fast or too unclear for you, it doesn't mean you're failing. It means your ears are still learning, and learning takes time. Today, there will be no pressure, no perfect answers, just practical tips, real situations, and us talking like friends.
Mistakes mean you're trying. Trying means you're already moving forward. Let's start with a story, Hailey.
I love starting with stories, Ryan.
Let's go.
Close your eyes, Ryan. Picture this. You're sitting in a cafe. Soft music is playing. People are talking around you. Suddenly, a native speaker starts speaking to you, and the words come out so fast that your brain just freezes.
Okay, I'm already there, Hailey. I can feel that nervous energy in my chest.
That moment happens to almost every learner. The problem is not that you don't know English. The problem is that real spoken English is full of speed, short forms, and connected words.
So the English we study in books is clean and slow, but real English is messy and fast.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Book English is like walking slowly on a clear path. Real English is like running through a busy street. Your ears need practice for the busy street.
That image is so clear, Hailey. A clear path versus a busy street. One of the biggest reasons listening feels hard is contractions and reduced forms. Native speakers almost never say, I am going to. They say, I'm gonna. Or want to becomes wanna, and got to becomes gotta.
Listeners, let's practice this together. Say with us slowly first. I'm going to eat lunch. Now say it the natural way. I'm gonna eat lunch.
Even if it feels strange at first, just try. That's all we ask.
Write in the comments one sentence you usually say the book way and how it sounds in real speech. We read every single one.
This is only the beginning, Hailey. There's so much more that makes listening difficult.
New picture, Ryan.
Imagine you're watching a movie or listening to a podcast. The people are speaking clearly, but somehow you still miss half of what they say. I know that feeling too well. This happens because of something called connected speech. Words don't stay separate. They link together, some sounds disappear, and some sounds change. Like, turn it off becomes turn it off, or did you becomes did ya? Exactly. Your ears expect clean, separate words, but real English blends everything together. That's why it feels so fast.
So the secret is not to hear every single word. The secret is to catch the important, stressed words. Yes, English is stress-timed. Some words are strong and clear. Other words are soft and almost invisible. If you focus only on the strong words, you can still understand the meaning. Listeners, pause us right now. Think of a sentence you heard recently that felt too fast. Try to find the strong words in it. You're doing great. Don't worry about being perfect. Nobody is. Let me slow down here, Ryan. This part is really important. You don't need perfect listening. You need smart listening. Write one example of a connected phrase you often hear in the comments. We genuinely want to see what confuses you most. 2 big reasons why listening feels hard are now clear: reduced forms and connected speech. And we're just getting started. Okay, Ryan, let's go deeper. Even when you understand the words, real listening still feels difficult because of accents and emotional pressure. Hailey, I have to be honest. Different accents used to scare me a lot. American, British, Australian, they all sounded completely different at first. Me too. The first time I heard a strong Australian accent, I thought, is this even English? But the truth is simple. You don't need to understand every accent perfectly from day one. Start with one accent. Get comfortable. Then slowly listen to others. Exactly. And there's something even more important: fear. When we get nervous, our brain stops working well. We miss words not because we don't know them, but because we're tense. Listener, can we talk to you directly for a moment? If you feel anxious while listening, that anxiety is normal. It doesn't mean you're bad at English. It just means you care. Let me slow down here, Ryan. This is really important. A calm brain understands more than a stressed brain. So the first skill is not listening harder, it's staying calm. Say it with us right now. I don't need to understand every word. I just need the main idea. That simple sentence can change everything. Advanced learners know this secret. Focus on the big picture, not every single sound. Okay, Ryan, error lab time. And like always, I have made every single one of these mistakes myself.
Same here, Hailey. Let's fix them together with zero embarrassment.
Mistake number 1, trying to understand every single word. What feels off there?
It creates pressure and makes you miss the overall meaning.
Exactly. Better to catch the main idea first.
Mistake number 2, only doing passive listening, playing English in the background without focus.
Yes. Passive listening helps a little, but real progress needs active listening too.
Mistake number 3, using native language subtitles all the time.
That stops your ears from working. English subtitles are much better.
And mistake number 4, giving up after a few difficult days.
Remember, mistakes and hard days mean you're trying. Trying means you're already winning. The error lab is closed. You survived. You grew. Welcome to the final part of our journey today, Ryan. We've covered mindset, accents, and fixed those common listening traps. Now it's time to build a daily routine that actually works.
That's right, Hailey. Knowledge without action is just information. So how can our listeners take everything we discussed and apply it starting today?
Keep it small and consistent. Spend just 10 to 15 minutes a day doing active listening. Pick a short podcast or video. Listen once for the big picture and a second time with English subtitles to catch key words.
Exactly. Small daily steps build massive long-term momentum. You don't need hours of study every day. You just need consistency.
Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of our golden rules for mastering listening skills.
Embrace the main idea. Stop stressing over every single word. Focus on the core message.
Master one accent first. Build confidence with one main style before branching out.
Stay calm. A relaxed mind absorbs information far better than a tense one.
Active over passive. Background noise has its place, but focused practice is where real growth happens. You've got all the tools you need now. Remember, every master was once a beginner who refused to give up on hard days. You're doing better than you think. See you in the next episode.